Fishbowl.
Junkie. What? I'm
Fishbowl.
junkie.
Tell him again.
I'm a
Fishbowl.
junkie. And I like it funky.
You beauty. We can go. Luke Parker, what's going on?
Not much, mate. Just cruising in.
I like it.
Pretty excited.
We are sitting in YBC down in Lilydale at the moment, so want to give a massive shout out to Ash for letting that happen. We're actually in Trav's little workshop out the back, which is Mountain Bike Suspension Works. So again, any sort of bike related stuff, come on down here to Lilydale and they'll sort you out. But most importantly, like I said, we got Luke Parker in here. If you don't know Luke Parker, you've been living under a rock for how old are you now?
30.
A
Yep.
long time. Long time you've been living under a rock. If you don't know Luke.
For a long time.
I was going to say that. Always Lilydale as well?
Yeah. Grew up in Mount Evelyn. Went to high school in Lilydale. So spent, most afternoons after school at Lilydale Skate Park. And, kind of all me, first riding mates and everything's all from here. So
Fuck.
it's cool to still be here.
Never lived outside of Lilydale? Melbourne.
Yeah, not really, no. Up until probably, I would have been 24, I think. I moved to Knox. And I was living with Knox Dave, which was sick. And Old Knox became my new local, which was genuinely took so much to get used to, having a different local skate park. But yeah.
And that skate park.
And that skate park, yeah. It's kind of an iconic place, but when it really does grow on you. I still love that place now, so yeah.
I remember old as photo. Oh, not that old, but photos of you hitting the spine there. I think it must have been Coops. Correct me if it's not Coops, but
Cooper,
right underneath you. I think you're doing maybe a look back or something. Turn down. I don't know, but it fucking looks like you're at the moon.
Yeah, we've done that hip, I would say, is one of my favourite hips that I've ever ridden. Yeah. And people find it ridiculous that I say that about that skate park. Yeah. But some of the I got such good memories of watching dudes ride there when I was a kid, roasting that place, and then to kind of be able to ride that bowl now similar to what I did see when I was a kid, it's pretty unreal. So and shout out to Coops for he's always there getting some photos. So
I'd love to dive into that a bit later on, especially that man and all different filmers you've had over the years and whatnot. But so you were saying you grew up watching people ride there. Is there anyone in particular you do remember?
Knox Day was, I think he's kind of always been a cult hero at that place, and I can't even think of their names, but going back a long time now, that was a really awesome skate park to show up to, and there'd be an unreal crew of riders there that were really good skate park riders, and then after that you had Alex Bolton coming out of there as well. Bolts, Lockie Swanton, all those dudes coming out of there, and it was just one of those places that you could go to, and I think I seen my first ever tail whip in person. Yeah. This guy Tim, I don't remember his last name, but I remember I just seen him do a tail whip fly out, and it blew my mind when I was 11 years old or something. And it's was definitely a cool place to go back in the day. So
it is such core memory of rocking up to your local skate park like you would every other day, but there'd be those certain days where you'd rock up and there'd be 3 or 4 fucking really good riders.
Local pros.
I remember calling my mum. I used to get picked up from the skate park. I would have been maybe, 9, 10, 11, and I always had a certain time I was going to get picked up.
Yeah.
Mum would be 6 o'clock, you got to come home. I'm coming to get you. I get on the phone at 10 to 6. Mum, there's these pro guys here.
You cannot pick me up.
I need a watch. Yeah, so
it's wild.
So how old do you reckon you would have been then, watching those dudes?
Pretty young. That's when, kind of like a side story, but like one of my best mates now, Bodie Turner, his parents owned BMX Mad in Baronia. So we'd go hang out at the shop when we were just racing. We weren't even thinking about freestyle, but we'd ride down to the skate park. So yeah, I reckon probably 11 years old, I think, when I wasn't really interested in doing tricks or anything then, but you knew that you were seeing some cool stuff when you showed up there. So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So fuck, you reckon around about 11, you overseas by 14 or 16?
I think I was like literally just turned 16 when I did my first trip to America. So
what, you riding just BMX, and were you racing BMX?
Yeah, so I started racing when I was like, I would have been probably 4, I think, when I started racing.
Yeah.
And then I think from maybe when we hit like 12, we became like a pretty standout class of just like young kids that were pretty good sort of thing, just in terms of jumping and like all that stuff. And then, I raced up until, I think I still raced when I was 16. So I went junior elite, like junior pro. And then, but before that, I started freestyle properly when I was maybe like 13, got my first sponsor when I was 14 through ECI. And then they just started to cross over way too much with the level I was getting to. It was like you needed to pick one.
Yep.
Because you just can't be going to like world championships for BMX racing when you have only been riding freestyle.
Yeah.
You're good enough to compete, but you're never going to win sort of thing. So, even though I was still young, I'd get so frustrated in myself, be like, I should have trained harder.
Yep.
But then I was riding so good at the skate park that you'd be like, fuck, like one's got to
give.
Yeah. So, and I think like my parents were pretty good with, like my mum was so involved with BMX racing, like she was president of Eastfield for a bit, which she, like that made it hard to like stop racing because she was so involved with it. But at the same time, she was kind of at the point where it's like, you're not training, you're getting mad that you're not winning, but you're still competitive, but like, what do you want to do sort of thing? Like she did kind of not force an option on me, but she's like, she knew I'd never thought about choosing one and like what one I wanted to take a bit further. So yeah, when I had that conversation with her, it was not long after that I chose freestyle and stuff started to like take off pretty quick. So yeah.
When you were having those conversations with your mum and what one you should do and focus on, when I look at BMX racing and then freestyle BMX, and you're a young kid and you look at the future, you would think on paper, well, racing BMX is obviously the money maker and the career way, and you got Olympics and whatnot. When you were a kid, what were you seeing in both of those? Were you looking at stuff like the Olympics, and what were you looking at with freestyle BMX?
Yeah, so I think racing still hadn't been put in the Olympics yet. Like it was close when I stopped. I think it was maybe like got announced the year after maybe.
Yeah, we are fuck.
Yeah, but like for me, I think when I started to really pay attention to Dew Tour, X Games, and like those dudes were making money. Yeah. But you didn't really understand that, like...
No, but it was also cool.
Yeah, it's like you never knew that they were, like, invite-only events, and you only got invited if you were, like... If you were the shit at the time sort of thing, so... Yeah. But, yeah, that was kind of, like, me main thing. Like, there was never really a point when I was younger that I was like, I want to be a pro rider. Yeah. But it was like, that looks cool.
Yeah, you wanted to be that guy.
I want to go do that, yeah. Like, I was always heavily influenced with, like, the top dude. Like... If the top dude had brakes on, I'd have brakes on. Yeah. If the top dude was brakeless, I'd be brakeless. Yeah. So, like, that was just me when I was younger. Like,
isn't that nuts? The influence was before influencers. You must have been a fucking pretty cool guy to not have Instagram, any social media, and kids be influenced by it, which we were. Like, Like you said, if they were doing it, you were doing it, no matter what it was.
Yeah, like even trying to like explain magazines to people these days, like you discover bike parts from magazines, and like it would be an American magazine that those bike parts wouldn't come out for like a year in Australia, and you'd never be able to afford them, but you'd be just waiting to see them in person or something. So there's there was a lot of like just I couldn't really pinpoint what made me want to do freestyle more than racing, because I genuinely loved racing as well so much. But I think there must have been just more like just influence from what I was seeing at the time that led me down that way. So
did you, obviously your mum being like super a part of the BMX club and whatnot, was there set you would have had like training sessions, you know?
Yeah.
When you gave up the racing, did you then convert, okay, I'm going to go to the skate park every single night and I'm going to learn this week? Did that sort of kick in at all?
Yeah, I was always like, I was pretty bad even with a kid with being like obsessive over learning something. Like if I didn't learn something, I wouldn't have fun, which like people are so against. But I'm like, like you'd see someone do something and you'd think it's impossible, and then you could be doing it like the next day sort of thing. And I think that's how I was getting good quite quick when I was younger. Is
obsessed.
Like, I'd go down the skate park and we had so many, like those local pros that we had at the time, like DJ and Marnold and Cooper. If you've seen them down at Lewidale, it was like the best day of your life.
Yep.
And I remember watching them do bar spins, and I played Marnold in a game of bike, and he said a 180 bar spin, and that's how I learnt bar spins, was by doing a 180 bar spin. But it was like, they were like, it had come across quite full on how they were encouraging me as such a young kid to do it. But it's like, like, if I wasn't learning a new trick every time I rode, I was like not happy about it. And like I don't encourage people to be like that, but you know, that
obviously worked.
Yeah, it did get me a long way very quick. Like
talk about that. Like when you say quick, you're fucking quick.
Yeah, from when I was 14 to 16, it went from being like kind of just going down the skate park for fun to being probably like, I think, quite a well-known younger kid in the area, to then starting to get, like, I got my first sponsor through ECI on Verde, and then from there went on to Fit, and I was riding for Fit when I went to America for the first time. And the fact that all happened in 2 years, I started shooting photos a lot with Gorak at the time, which we did like a front cover of BMX Life magazine. I think I was 15 then, so it was just like things felt like they were all happening for a reason, and it was just all kind of going in the direction that you'd like dream of, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was, for all that to happen in 2 years, from me to go like taking freestyle seriously to then being in America competing, was pretty insane at the time.
Can you? I'm interested. I don't know if other people are interested, but you're obviously underage to do pretty much anything. You can't drive. You can't drink. I'm guessing you needed a guardian to go overseas.
So,
how does all that work? And especially with mum being a BMX racing mum, things are pretty professional. And how does that work? Hey, mum, I'm going to Vegas with these random guys.
It was like, I think my mum's still in disbelief about my first trip to America, because it happened with 16 years old riding for Fit. We organised for me to land in LA and then go on a Fit trip, which I think was going to be a very modest, like more of the older skate park dudes, like would have been like Van Homan and stuff, like just would have been but at the time it wasn't going to be like Tommy Dugan and like Justin Inman and shit. Like it was like going to be kind of a pretty
bit
mellow
of a business trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that trip got cancelled, so I landed in LA and had nowhere to go. Like, so
on your own?
Yeah, by myself. So the first I think that trip was going to be like 7 days. So it was like I land in LA, go trip's been cancelled. I don't remember who picked me up from the airport, but got picked up, taken back to the Fit warehouse. And then it was just like, I was just hanging out there and they had this ramp out the back. So I like built my bike, rode the ramp for a bit, and it probably got to like 3 PM and I'm like, fuck, like what am I going to do tonight sort of thing. And I was messaging my mum at the time going like, I might have to like get straight back on a plane and come home. Like, you know, like this is fucking mental. Like we're a family with no money. Like I'm pretty sure my parents like refinanced the house to send me on that trip. So it was kind of like a, you know, if I had to go straight home, it'd be like heartbreak for like
everyone.
Yeah, like I would have missed the trip. I wouldn't have understood the money situation at the time, but for them, you know, they've just like fucking crippled their lives to send me there. And yeah, we kind of I ended up getting introduced to just one of the guys that worked there, Lloyd, who he was like, you can come stay at my place. He had a couple of kids. But he's like, I think, you know, he was recently going through a divorce. He's like, you know, like it's not going to be the best like living situation at the moment. But I was like, fuck, like I got nowhere else to go. So like,
had you been out of the country before this?
Like New Zealand when I was 11 with my dad.
Yeah.
So, but this was like it's funny when you tell people this story now because it's like I'll tell people I lived a whole life on that trip. Like it was insane what I went through at that age, and I came back a different person. Like I fucking grew up on that trip. Like I didn't have a choice, sort of thing.
Where'd you stay?
So
with him?
Stayed with Lloyd for I think 3 nights, and then ended up staying at Chris Moeller's place for a night, which was fucking like he just didn't want me there. Like, I think he felt like he was babysitting. Genuinely, he's just like, fuck, I've got this kid here that's got nowhere to go.
Aussie kid.
Yeah, and then
what the fuck?
There was only one night I couldn't stay at Lloyd's because he was sorting something out. But the 4th night I was there, we went to ride. It was the Compound skate park, which is literally like the breeding ground of like Matt Cordova, Joey Cordova, Larry Edgar, Brock Rayford. Like went to this skate park and there was this like dad there riding, the loudest dude ever, so obnoxious, and Lloyd introduced me to him, and it turned out I'd met his son earlier, who was Justin Spreet, and I was talking to him and Larry Edgar when they were just like, we were just kids, like we were all the same age, and I'm just talking to this dad, like, and he's like, you know, we've got room, you can come stay at our place, and I'm just thinking like, what the fuck, like, who is this guy, sort of thing, and then. Yeah, like, I was like, oh, like, yeah, you know, like, I guess we can sort something out, like, just trying to figure out what's going on sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then, I ended up finding out that was Justin's dad. And they were like, went back to their place. They lived in, like, a real nice area of California. Like, Justin was my age. They had a sister that was, like, the same age as my sister and just the nicest family. And I ended up living with them for 3 months. Like, they became, like, my American family. And if it wasn't for them, I would have been back on a plane home and the whole trip would have been, like, fucked. But because of them, like, they ended up flying to Portland with me to come watch me ride Free Flow Tour. They... I can't imagine the amount of money they spent on me. Like they treated me like I was their own kid, like, and just looked after me. You know, contacted my mum so much, just like letting her know everything. Took me to Disneyland like a ridiculous amount of times. Like this family was
Adopted child.
They were honestly like I still talk to them now as much as possible. Like any birthdays, anything, like I'll message them. Like they honestly.
That's fucking special.
Like you could not put into words what they did for me. And as I said, like they didn't have much money either, but they bought me they paid for my dinner every night. Like they were making me meals. Anytime they went and did something, I was going with them to do it. It was just insane to think about now. It's so nuts. Crazy what they did nuts. For me. So,
especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
I get it was a long time ago and times are different, but to say that now, it's fucking wild.
And they ended up becoming my American family. Like I went back there 2 or 3 times after that, and it was just straight to their place. Like living with them, like had me own room set up there essentially. Like, and then even my sister went to him. Like my sister started talking to Justin's sister Karina, and like they became friends. My sister went over to America, stayed with them, like just to go on a holiday sort of thing. Like fucking wild what they did for my family.
Mate, that's nuts.
Yeah, that was...
I'm shook from that. That's actually wild.
Yeah, that was... like, there's not many people that I would say I would fucking do anything for in a heartbeat, but that family I would do anything for. Like,
that's special as. Yeah. That is sick. So, you say they come to Portland with you as well.
Yeah.
Is that the Gatorade? Yeah. Did you stack at that?
Nah, I won that. So, Free Flow Tour was kind of the main reason I went to America. So, the original trip we booked and planned for was to go on the fit trip, do a Free Flow Tour qualifier, which was at the compound, which was against like... That's when I was versing like Larry Edgar, Kevin Peraza, Justin, like, so they had the dirt qualifier and the skate park qualifier. The dirt qualifier I got third to Larry and Kevin Peraza, which then qualified me for the final in Portland.
Wow, there's some heavy names in there.
Yeah, that scene at the time was mental. The names I can drop of guys that were unknown when I was there was like Jacob Cable, Travis Hughes, Devon had just blown up, Julian Artegra was unknown, maybe like just got a sponsor at the time.
It might be, now footy has draft classes.
Yeah,
might be one of the best.
Be like the draft class, Larry Edgar, like Chris Fox, Matt Cordova, like these dudes were all riding the same place at the same time, and it was the most, like, to think about that now is the most insane thing ever. Like,
it is.
But that...
So you win that.
So that first comp was, in California. That was the qualifier to Portland. So I didn't make it into the park one, just the dirt one. And that was on the Dew Tour course at Portland. So we had our own separate event before Dew Tour. And, I ended up winning Portland Free Flow Tour, which was then the ticket to get into Dew Tour. So that got me into Vegas Dew Tour.
Wow.
Which that was like the whole reason we went on the trip. And it's like...
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'd honestly get emotional talking about it. Like, the whole reason we went on the trip was to try and win Portland to get into Dew Tour.
Yep.
And then for everything that happened at the start.
Yep.
And then at the end of the trip to win and get the ticket was fucking like...
Yep.
Like,
fuck. Do you remember that clearly?
Oh, like... Yeah. Like, my memory is quite bad. It's, like, it's scary, the amount of, like, concussions I've had and all that stuff. Like... But, there are...
snippets.
Yeah, there are things that, like, still pop up and you can... Where you just remember things in depth a lot more than what you could just, like, thinking about them sort of thing. But, like, I remember for me the best thing about Portland was that me and Luke Bauman went 1 and 2. So 2 Australians went 1 and 2, and it was like
sick.
We'd been together a lot of that trip at Woodwood and stuff, and we became really close friends. Like me and all those Sydney boys got along so good that to kind of share that with them and to have Australians there to share it with was so sick. But yeah, that, like, I can remember, like, I don't think I had to do my second run to win. Like, I think I won off my first run, and I remember being told, like, I remember watching Luke Bauman do his second run and it just didn't beat my score, and they were like, you've just won it. And I was like, fuck. And I rode down the course again, just like had no idea what was going on. Like, and yeah, to have, like, to beat Luke and him be so sick about it as well. Like, I think he was maybe a year or 2 older than me, and he was just like so happy for me that like no bitterness, was just like, fuck, like we'd been training together at Woodwood. Like, he knew what I'd been working on and stuff, and which neither of us did our tricks that we wanted to do in the comp. We both we were like laughing about, like, not that we rode shit, but it was just like, fuck, we've been working on these massive tricks and we like neither of us did anything. But yeah, like I remember like I remember posting it, like the picture of me on the top of the podium, and just the amount of support I had from like people back at home, and because we did a lot of, like, I guess, local fundraising as well for that trip, where we had like just little local stores that couldn't afford to put in any money that were giving us like $500 and shit to go on that trip. Like, just stuff like that where it's like, it felt like, you know, you were justifying what they'd given you, sort of thing. So yeah, like that happened when I was 16, and that was already like, felt like such an extensive thing in my life to get there, and then for that to happen was pretty mental.
It is fucking mental.
And then we had, like, I think I flew back home and we had 4 weeks till Vegas Dew Tour. So
fuck. So that would you say, I'll later on I want to touch on times where you in your mind you go, I've made it, and I'm sure there would have been times throughout your career where you're like, I can't do this anymore. Do you reckon that was a time of fucking I'm doing it, or I'm gonna make it?
Yeah, well, that was like I think being at Portland, I was kind of like, you know, I think, like, thinking back on it now, I think that I had no regard for my own safety when I was from the ages of 15 to 16. If people are like, do you reckon you could do this? I'd fucking try it. And the amount of injuries I had within like I snapped my leg worse than you could ever imagine when I was...
Snapped both?
Yeah, I've done both. Yeah. But my left leg, I think I was learning flare bar spins when I was like just turned 15. And like... so dumb. We're just the old Ramfest resi, just resi to resi, just trying to do flare bar spins, just sending it. Pretty sure my leg went through my frame, and then the bike tipped and broke my leg to the point where I had like a massive cage on my leg with pins going in all around my shin, like devastating injury. And that was, I think I had that on for 3 months or something, and then went in plaster for 6 weeks after that. And then once I could ride again, it was like that never happened. It was like my first 2-3 sessions was just like...
back to where I left
like
off.
Just fucking... It was honestly like you've just lost 3 months of like riding. Like you need to like get better. And it was just like...
Your mindset was just... No.
Yeah, and...
Did you almost see it as a disadvantage? I've just lost all that time.
Yeah, I think I was
to be back.
like so stupid the way I thought when I was younger, but it was just like...
It's just how it was.
It's just how it was. Like I was never like a team sport kid. Like I was BMX racing, which BMX racing, when you're... Like BMX racing parents are crazy. Like I was quite fortunate with that my mum was usually busy, like to not worry about like grilling me. But the amount of like training that young kids will go through for that shit is like insane.
Yeah.
And like I was always training. Like I was never stuck, injured, not being able to like do what I wanted to be doing, sort of thing. Like being stuck in the house, fucking. Yeah. Like I probably had like ADHD without even knowing that. I was just like, I just want to fucking go. Like
I was going to ask that. Like,
yeah.
Any diagnosis?
Not that I'm aware of, not yet. But yeah, it's just fuck. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I'm just thinking about ADHD.
No, hang on a minute.
There's the ADHD.
Fuck. So, I also want to talk about injuries and whatnot because you've fucking had a couple.
Yeah.
So you're still so young, and you got 2 tour. You still so much. You're 16.
Yeah. So I remember getting my mum would have got the email from the people organising due tour saying, like, I guess what the protocol is for organising flights and everything because they paid for it. And because I was a minor, my mum had to come with me on that trip to, like, she literally had to sign the waiver to say that I could compete in due tour. So she came with me. I'm pretty sure it was like all expenses paid trip to Vegas for I don't know how long, but we ended up going over I think a week early so that me mum could come and meet the family I'd been living with in California, which was that was like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then we drove to Vegas together. Like my mum, me, and that whole family came with me to Vegas. And yeah, they were there to support us.
Wow.
Yeah, but Vegas was that was crazy. But Vegas is kind of also like the worst thing that's ever happened to my riding career because the crash I had there, I don't remember how long it put me out for. Like I think I've maybe like twisted in my head or something, but I'm pretty sure it was close to like 6 months off the bike. So
just touch on that. You, correct me if I'm wrong, with spleen, kidney.
Yeah, I don't remember like the extent of what I did or everything, but I know it was like spleen, kidney. I was knocked out for a long time. Like there was a lot of head trauma, which obviously at that age is like not good at all. Me ribs have never been the same since. Like, just a lot of internal damage, and it got to the point where it was like I was in intensive care for a few days, and the only reason I got taken out was because there was like a massive NASCAR crash that they had to clear the room, but then they kept me on like constant watch for another few days because I just couldn't stop like vomiting and pissing blood like full, and just like what was going on with my head at the time was insane. Just like vertigo to a point where it's like, you know, you think like you don't know if you're gonna have brain damage or not. Like you just, and this is when I was still 16. You're just going fuck. Like
people who got it from a lot worse, a lot less.
And like my biggest concern at the time was like, I'm like, fuck, I want to go watch due tour. Like if I can't ride in it, like I want to go watch, like, you know, Vegas due tour that year was one of the best like skate park due tours ever. And I was like, I was so fucking mad that I was missing out on it. But then, I think probably after the first day being in hospital, once all the adrenaline wore off, and I was like, kind of came to the realization of like, obviously I'm heartbroken, like I'm shattered. Like, if I landed, I crashed on a fronty bar spin on the last jump, which, like, I don't want to say it, but I think it might have been competition first ever at the time. Yeah. Oh, no, probably wouldn't have, but...
No, let's say it was.
Yeah.
Fucking was.
2011, like, in a dirt contest, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but all that happened was those landings were so steep, and then I'm pretty sure I did the fronty bar and just, like, landed fine, but my arse just touched the back wheel a bit. Because the landings were so steep, shot me over the bars, and the corner, because it was in this tight little strip, the corner was right there. And I'm pretty sure I just body slammed the corner. And, like, I watched the clips of my runs are still on Vimeo, and it's like I was doing flip tuck the first one, triple whip the second, wasn't tricking the long and low, which is like I just didn't understand contests back then. Like I didn't realize you had to trick like every jump.
Yep.
And then fronty bar the last one, and that was just in qualifying. Like, so it's like when I started to think, well, it was probably when I got older and I thought back on it, I'm like, fuck, I would have made like due to a finals with that run, and you know that would have been like the dream that you think you're going to be chasing until you. God knows how old. Yeah. You've just you're already there, sort of thing, and it's like that. Yeah, that crash has like haunted me my whole life, and I think it kind of shaped, I guess, my riding career in good ways and bad ways. Like I think without that crash, I might not still be riding because it gave me so much like. I've always chased getting back to that where I was because it's like you made it there. Like, can you do it again sort of thing? Yeah. Which is a bit of a fucking mental illness. But like, it's haunting you. Yeah, it's... Especially
so young.
Yeah, the what ifs you can think of from that day is... Like I hate to admit it, but I still think about that fucking crash like more than what people could imagine. So and to be 14 years later still thinking about it, it's pretty insane.
Yeah. Do you saying when you had that when you snapped your leg 3 months after when you could ride, you were just like, fuck yeah, let's get back to where I was now. After this one, was that the same or was that?
No, that one was a bit different because I guess I felt like it would have just been me in my head being young and just not kind of understanding. But I think that I thought I was like done already. Like I thought that, you know, people have forgotten about me. Like, you know, you had your moment and it didn't work out. And like, I think I went through, like a bit of time where I didn't really want to ride. Probably started to gain a bit of fear from like having the leg and then having an injury that bad, knowing like the head trauma, like just knowing like understanding a bit more like the seriousness of like knocking yourself out like that. And
imagine if you'd done that now.
Yeah.
With the knowledge there is now about all that stuff.
Yeah, it'd
concussions. It'd be fuck. You
wouldn't touch a bike again.
You would not touch a bike again.
Yeah.
And if you were in a sport where there was rules to touching a bike again, there's no fucking way you'd be allowed to.
Yep.
Even if you wanted to. They just wouldn't let you.
Yeah. I remember like I just remember being like bedridden, like and having you got to piss in a bottle. Like it's not like you can just
fuck me.
Yeah, it's not like you can just get up and walk around. I don't think we ever had like a wheelchair in the house or anything, but I'm pretty sure like my mum had to pretty much like come and get me, like help me sit up out of bed because I couldn't sit up, and then would kind of have to help me get to the shower. So it's like it was an injury like debilitating enough to really take an effect on other people's lives, not just my own. And that's when you start going like, fuck, you know, like bit more maturity about me going like, is this what I want to do? And then, like eventually I think I came around to like, you know, people were stoked to see me riding again. Yeah. Like I hadn't disappeared off the face of the earth like what I thought in my own head. And eventually I did get back to just, I guess, the same as like feeling like I had missed a bit of time, but not on such a hectic like level where I thought I had to like just learn everything and more again straight away. I was kind of like easing my way back into it. So probably a fair bit different mindset to the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Grew up a bit from that crash.
Yeah. But it also seems like you, as a person, we don't know each other well at all.
Yeah.
But it seems like everything that has happened, good and bad, you've taken something away. if you're watching, you'll know it just happened.
Yeah.
Seems like you always take the positives out of it somehow.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't show, you're living in your own head a bit, but...
Yeah, like, I think I've always kind of had, like, a pretty hectic, like, resting bitch face, like, which, like, I think, you know, I know it. Like, it's not like I don't know it. And I think a lot of people take me, like, they think I'm quite serious. But, yeah, I think with everything that's happened to me over, like, a constant period of time, like, there wasn't a time I think we worked out that it was like 4 years, there was over a whole year of my life that I was on crutches. Like, when you genuinely think about that, like, that's super fucked up for... Mm-hmm. And then to me going like, I'll just go out and ride and do the same shit again.
Yep.
And kind of be happy about it. Like, you've got to be kind of positive.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. It's like, I could come across as, like, looking like I'm pissed off, but I think that I do try and find, like, a somewhat positive out of each situation sort of thing.
100%.
Even if it's, like, after the Dew Tour crash, it was like, all right, well, I want to get back to America again to see all my friends that I made over there. And it was like, that was kind of my new motivation to progress to a point where it was like not to compete as a pro rider, but to get to a point where I could go to like a pro event. Like the one I was aiming for was Texas Toast Jam. To go there and like, you know, do some cool shit, be riding good enough to be confident to like send some shit and have fun with people. And that's what I did. And then from there, I think everything started to take kind of a different turn with where I wanted to be with riding competitions and where the whole BMX career wanted to go sort of thing. So, it's fun. Vegas Dew Tour crash fucking haunts me, but at the same time, like, probably sent me in a better direction as a person a little bit in terms of, like, not being a nutcase with fucking risking my life non-stop. So
it's funny you say about, if you don't know me and whatnot, you might think, got a resting bitch face and whatnot. But just after all the things you've said you had done by the time you were 16, fuck, I think you deserve to be a little bit cocky. Fucking these kids nowadays are pretty fucking cocky over nothing. It's a pretty good resume at that age.
Yeah, I think like when I was younger, like I wouldn't say people were mean to me to be mean to me, but like some of the local dudes would like fucking like punch me to go learn tail whips and shit. I remember when I was learning to thread the spine, I kept putting my foot down and they were like, if you keep doing that, like
I'm going to belch you.
Like I'm just going to like, and they started giving me corkies and shit every time I put my foot down. Like, and it's like, I think I just grew up with like, I was trying to always not prove myself to those dudes, but I was like, you know, to have a local crew that like, even when, this is like the best way to put it. Even when I got back from America, I'd ridden with every pro rider you can imagine. Like, being
and competing and beating them.
Yeah, and like, you know, like going to Woodward as a pro rider, like going to ride like Dennis Henderson's ramps, like shit like that. And then you come back and like you see DJ down at Ludo, and I'm like, like fucking DJs at Ludo, like holy shit, like stuff like that. And that's how I knew that, like, when I was younger, you know, I was trying to prove myself to those dudes sort of thing, and to still feel that way after you've gone and ridden with all those dudes, it's kind of like, it's pretty cool to think about. And like, as I said, I don't think they were ever mean to me, but they'd make you learn tricks and they'd make sure you didn't get cocky about it. So it's like,
humble you.
Whereas
you're back to Lilydale now, boy.
You don't get that now. So you fucking look at a kid wrong these days. Like,
Oh, you're in prison.
yeah, you'll fucking someone will cry about
So
it.
you're either in prison or they might stab you.
Yeah.
So, I also want to touch on all this is competing. It's professional. You're on tour. I see you as so I've known of fucking ever.
Yeah.
As Luke Parker. Yeah, the Lilydale guy.
Yeah.
But I've also maybe more known you as Colony guy.
Yeah.
Even street. But you've kind of conquered both.
Yeah.
When does the street stuff come into it? I'm not saying that street stuff is not professional or anything like that, but you've gone from on tour in the States to now I'm seeing Luke filming street parts. How did that bit come about?
So I think like the whole Dew tour setup I had, that was kind of like me full dirt setup, and that was purely because I was going over there to ride Dew tour dirt, and it was like, I wasn't thinking anything of the time. I just knew I needed a fucking gyro and I needed a light bike because I was doing triple whips. Like that's literally my mindset at the time. And then after that injury, I'd say it would have been over a year, I think, before I went back to America for Texas Toast. So I'd say I think I would have just turned 18, I think. And then it was just before I went over, I started riding for Colony, and we announced that when I got to America, which was pretty sick. But I think that's when, I never saw myself as a dirt rider. Like, there was no dirt jumps around to fucking ride or do anything on. I was always kind of like trying to do a bit of everything. Like, I think my main riding setup back home, I was always like gyro 2 pegs. Like, still use pegs and stuff, but would never really ride street because when you're that little, like when I was younger, it's like you just can't do anything sort of thing. Yeah. And then I think it was just as I was getting like a couple years older, a bit stronger, like started running brakeless, like riding for Colony, I was probably like influenced by Marnold and that a lot more. Like I started just paying attention to the Colony team a lot more sort of thing. And I think I was always obsessed with like Dennis Anderson, and it was like seeing like his evolvement from pretty heavy skate park to just his general riding now. Like, so I think I was probably kind of trying to follow that whole thing, and I ended up getting a bit more of a technical aspect at the skate park, which then led to me just doing more street stuff at the skate park, and then eventually started going out with the Focal Point guys a bit, and it just like
whole new world.
It happened very naturally. Like because we started filming. Well, I first started going out on the street trips when we were filming my Welcome to Colony video, and then it kind of went from like going to a kind of skate parky street spot to like we're filming the other dudes as well, so we're going to like street spots, and then you'd figure out what you can do on them, and then going to handrails, and then you're going like, well, fuck, like, kind of just opened up a whole new world for me that it's not that I didn't appreciate it, I just never paid attention to it. I was always just like...
Also probably, I don't know too much about BMX brands anymore, but sounds like also the perfect brand to be with because they're touching on both.
Yeah. Well, it's like Cooper's always like just been like Cooper to me has always been the film guy. Like obviously still an amazing rider, but to me, like I knew that.
Just to remind everyone, he can ride.
He can ride, yeah. But like Cooper was like, I knew that Cooper filmed Focal Point videos. I was like obsessed with Focal Point just because they were the local guys that you'd see.
Sick. They had those die cut big stickers.
Yeah, the massive Focal Point stickers.
Cool.
So it was like when it was like, Cooper's kind of in charge of the Colony team, and it's, I'm at the age where it's like you're getting too old to like fangirl over shit, but I think it's in the back of your mind. I'm like, fuck, this is insane that, this dude that, you know, you've always kind of looked up to can be your team manager, and you know, Pete Redivo, and that was still riding for Colony, and like there was just like the way I looked at it was like it was crazy to be leaving like fit, but at the same time, it's just everything about it seemed like it just was like
sick.
Yeah, and I didn't want like money or anything. It was just like, you know, start riding for us. All the parts were fucking sick. Like, you know, everyone had an input of the parts, and obviously Clint's ridden a bike forever.
Yep.
So it all just kind of worked at the time, and then it was like, yeah, now Coop is your filmer. Like, and to me that was almost like, well, if I can't be in America competing or traveling, you know, the next best thing's to be riding with these dudes that I've looked up to as like a peer now, like on their level, not as a fucking little kid.
No.
And, you know, it was like I was coming in at a time where like Jack Kelly was starting to blow up, and to be witnessing, like to be fucking witnessing the shit he was doing.
Pretty fucked.
Him and Dizzy went through a phase where it was like they were on par with everyone. Like,
he's fucked.
Yeah.
JK, is it like watching that dude when you are a kid? Yeah. I'm guessing you guys about the same. Oh.
Yeah, I think he might be a year older than me, I think. Yeah.
I was a kid, and I remember not only meeting him, and he was an absolute dude.
Yeah.
He talks about his tools for a start.
Done it again.
The dribbler.
Yeah.
Talks about his tools and work.
Yeah.
And he was just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And then you see what he would do on a bike.
Mm.
I remember watching him in remember Street Series, Monster.
Yeah.
It was in Adelaide one year.
Mm.
And him just going to absolute town. Him and Diz, actually.
Yeah.
Going to absolute town.
Yeah.
Just killing their bodies.
Mm.
And then just getting up and being like,
yeah.
What's next? Just dudes. Absolute dudes.
Yeah, that focal point crew at the time was not only like the level of riding to know that that's a local riding scene, to be producing what they were doing and to do it every weekend, like fucking religiously, was pretty mental. To say that like you've almost got like a street scene on par with anywhere else in the world that you're riding with every weekend, and it just became kind of my new normal to be, you know, we do I think it was like Wednesday nights we do like city nights and stuff. Yeah. And that just became my new normal. I started like preferring that.
Church.
Yeah, I started preferring that over going to the skate park, and like fucking scooters were blowing up at the time. Like this was the era of scooters. So it was like to go street riding was just so sick. Like and that became kind of my new normal. And I was like, well, I'm still like pretty grateful to be kind of allowed in. Like, it's like they let the park kid in to their street scene, which fuck knows how they all felt about that at the time. But
I've seen Diz ride parks, pretty good.
Yeah, fuck, yeah.
But it is a thing, you're right. The scooters are a thing. The park guy was a thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Yeah, and they let me in, and, you know, they were, like, everything I filmed, whether it was, like, because I was just tail whipping off shit. Like, I didn't care about doing grinds and stuff. I was like, I'll fucking tail whip 15
I'm
stairs.
in the street.
Yeah,
I'm still doing park tricks, but I'm in the street.
And they were all like so supportive of whatever I wanted to film, and you know, they'd bring up like, oh, there's a pretty cool like transition-y thing here, and you know, they were kind of looking out for me, and that was a crazy thing to be a part of. But I think I had that welcome to Colony video where we started. That was the first time I filmed proper street riding.
Yep.
And it made me, like, I was very confident in my park riding. And because I was so scared of street, it kind of made me balls up a bit back at the skate park, that I was a bit hesitant because of the injuries. So it was like a little blessing in the unknown with, like, riding with those guys. So, but that Welcome to Colony video, like there's some stuff in that
Yep.
I'd fucking never do ever again, ever. Like, you could not pay me enough money. We were talking about at the bowl earlier that I'd tail whip the fence out of the bank, and it's like, fuck, give me 10 grand to probably even, like, consider jumping it again. Like, and I would have tail whipped that, like, oh, this will be sick. Like,
I'll just do it.
Yeah, and it was like, but the whole street thing and then that direction that my riding took just, I think, happened maybe from getting on Colony, changed my influences a little bit. And but like that was a fun time, that little transition, because I remember just learning basic street shit, doing nose manuals on maybe like a meter long ledge and being like, fuck, that's sick. And everyone being like, dude, you can like triple whip. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny.
Especially when you've done both. And it actually is pretty special that you appreciate both, because a lot of park dudes, mountain bike dudes, would look at street and be like, what the fuck's so impressive about that? Why is all going nuts? Why are you even filming that? What do you mean that took 6 hours to film?
Yeah.
So the fact that you can appreciate both is actually super cool.
Yeah, well, like now, like I'd rather watch like skateboarding videos more than anything now, but like I appreciate, not that I don't appreciate the park dudes, I'm just sick of seeing like, fuck. Yeah. I don't really care. Everyone does the same shit. Like you can't, even if someone's doing the same rail, like you can't go down it the same way twice. Like, so like I love street riding. I've such an appreciation of anyone doing anything on street, like whether it's the same as what everyone else is doing or different. But and now, like obviously I'm on a mountain bike full time now, but if I had, like, I still ride my BMX a bit, and when I do, it's more I'd say street orientated. That is because I'm doing bigger park tricks on the mountain bike, but it's like, for me, BMX now would be street riding. So
so we haven't even got to that. Mountain bikes.
Yeah.
What the bloody hell?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be completely honest, because I've also been in both industries, BMX, mountain bikes now. I'm going to assume people have asked you, did you go to mountain bikes for money?
Yeah.
Because there is a massive thing with BMX. A lot of BMX guys hate mountain bikes for that particular reason, and it's money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is way fucking better.
Yeah.
There is money in mountain bikes.
A lot more money in mountain bikes.
It's not good, it's not bad, it's just the facts. So how does that come about?
So, fuck, this is like such a long story, which was like, I think, you know, it was obviously weird for everyone, because I had been, like, even when I was younger, I'd been around forever, especially around here as a fucking BMX rider.
Yeah.
And then you had, like, it was when I was just moved to Knox and was riding Knox a fair bit by myself, and I was just bored. Like, I wasn't doing anything with riding. I was working my ass off, just tradie life shit. Like, and then I seen one of me mates was selling a dirt jumper pretty cheap that I knew was a good bike. Like, and then I was like, fuck, like, I'll buy that off him just for something different. Like, I was riding by myself every day anyway. I might as well do what I want. Like, And then, I got this dirt jumper and just, you know, would take both bikes down the skate park, ride the BMX for a bit, ride the mountain bike for a bit, realise that I could jump that bowl transfer way higher on a dirt jumper, and went, fuck.
What the fuck?
I went, this thing's insane. And then just posted a couple of clips, and people were talking shit, like people that I was friends with that, you know, I've had falling outs with just from riding a mountain bike, that they never said anything to my face. And
no, of course not.
It's funny, but I'm like, I don't want to be a tough guy, but they never would say it to my face.
They never will.
It was just fucking so
never
petty.
will.
like so petty at the time.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'd post an Instagram clip with me doing the same tricks on a BMX and a mountain bike, which 90% of people loved, and then you had the 10% of dickheads going oh, you fucking...
Yeah.
But anyway, that, I was like in such a carefree world of just doing my own thing and was having fun. And then Benny Phillips messaged me. He had a airbag set up, and me and him knew each other from Ramfest back in the day, but never really like, not that we'd never like got along, just we never fucking...
Two different worlds.
Yeah. Like, and then, he invited me down, and I was like, yeah, sweet. Did not know what I was in for at all. Like, went to this airbag, and it was sick at the time. I was living with Knox Dave, so it was like, Dave came with me, and we showed up to, like, this freestyle slopestyle takeoff to a fucking massive airbag. Yeah. And I just went like, I didn't want to jump it. I went like, holy shit. Like, because, you know, I wasn't taking riding seriously at all at the time, and was very timid with my riding at the time because of the injuries. This is when I was just like focused on work, saving for a house, like all this stuff sort of thing. Yeah. And then I showed up and seen this takeoff, which in hindsight now is on the smaller side of things with what I've ridden, but at the time blew my mind to see this setup. And it was like, we just, like, Ben's such a love-hate person. Like, he's the king of peer pressure, and he just, like, you'd be like, oh, this is massive, and he'd be like, yeah, cool, like, chuck your pads on, go jump it. Like, just
didn't ask.
Did not care at all. Just, like, whatever. Like, you're here now, like, fucking go do it. And, like, at this time, my BMX riding was fully street revolve sort of thing. Like on the BMX, even at the skate park, I was just doing like manuals, nose manuals, like staying on the ground sort of shit. Yeah. And then, jumped this airbag a few times, and then started doing like me old skate park tricks again. Just no fear, just like felt like I was in a different world sort of thing. Like just started like doing like 3-whip bars and being like, fuck, I haven't done one of them for like, you know, probably 5 or 6 years, and doing it first session here on a mountain bike, well, a dirt jumper, if you call it a mountain bike, people get fucking salty, but
dude, don't like, what the fuck?
Dude. Fuck, that's another
conversation. It is, I know. I'm like, fuck, it is.
I just started posting mountain bike riding on my TikTok, and fuck the amount of hashtag MTB, and kids just comment, that's not a mountain bike.
It is. Fuck.
Oh, anyway.
We might have to do it part 2.
Yeah.
Just shitting on things.
Yeah. We'll just reply to all my comments on shit.
Yeah, we'll just do it on here.
But, so I had like an insane session. Met Matt Cooper for the first time, which, like, one of the nicest dudes I've ever met in my life. And then, after that first session, like, Ben was like, you know, like, I think it was kind of like a feeler to see, like, how we'd get along and stuff. But he was like, you know, saying they kind of do it as a regular thing, like, very private setup.
Yeah.
And then, we just kind of started going out there, and he had a flat bag and a landing bag. So it was like full
Where was the property?
It was out in, like, might have been like Langwarren Way sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, it became like Ben, I don't know if Ben was like training for something. I don't think he was, but he just loved learning new shit. Like,
cool.
And Ben had been kind of in the mountain bike scene the same as what I'd been in the BMX scene, like just always been there sort of thing. Yeah. And they started to become like these regular sessions, and it's like before I knew it, I was learning like, you know, triple whips on the dirt jumper, which
big bike.
at the time I didn't realise that not many people did, and it was like getting a bit of traction, learnt cash rolls, double flips, like just started doing like bigger tricks that were like, and doing them every session. And then it gets to the point where people start going like, oh, like, you know,
hang on a minute,
if you went and did this in a comp, you'd probably do pretty well. And then that's when Highline was coming around, and it was the first year they'd had it at Mansfield, and me and Ben went up to test the course, and I think Galen Slaney, I think he'd ridden the course a few times, maybe, but we were testing the boner log, and Ben like 50-50 cased it. He went first and like 50-50 cased it, and then I was like, all right, I'll go a bit faster, not thinking that me and Ben jumped stuff completely differently, and I landed flat. Like, I don't know, do you remember the old log at Mansfield? So big, like it would have been like 5 meters to flat. And I landed and didn't slip a foot or nothing, and my foot shattered. Like nearly every fucking bone in my foot just shattered. Just straight jumping this thing.
Fuck.
Crank's bent like 30 degrees, like like mental. So I'm like, in this time as well, I'd signed a contract with Fox because I used to ride for Fox BMX riding. So it's like, I just signed this contract with Fox like 3 days earlier, and then I've just gone and shattered my foot. And it wasn't anything serious like the contract. It was just like the fact that, you know, I just started riding a mountain bike and they were willing to sponsor me sort of thing. And then, it was like, I think that was maybe like a week or two before the actual comp. And I was just like so determined to ride the comp purely because of the sponsorship. I was just like such a dickhead. And this is fucking like 5 years ago. Like it's not like I was a kid. Like I'm 25 years old, still thinking this way. Like, and then, go out and...
True to the company though.
True to the company, mate. I'll represent to the fucking grave.
I got a war for you.
But I was so set on front flipping this boner log. Like it had been in my head for ages. I didn't care about, like, I was willing to just almost drop in off that whale tail without riding the rest of the course just to do this front flip. And I think my first run I literally just rode down the course, did nothing, and the second run I went to do a proper run and front flipped the boner log and just cased it, which was enough to just... I didn't crash her and nothing happened, just my foot was just like... Anyway, the main bone that I ended up breaking in my foot, they said wouldn't heal without surgery. So I was like... just like, fuck, back to square one with what I was with BMX sort of thing, like just getting injured. Like, I was pretty high up at the company I was working for at the time, so he was fucking pissed off. Like, and then I ended up not getting surgery because they were saying something about like, without surgery it'll take this long and you'll be able to like keep walking on it sort of thing. So I walked on it for a bit with a moon boot. And then all in all, I couldn't ride properly for like, I think 5 months. That's how like long it took to heal properly. And I started riding again and fuck, what happened? Yeah, I think I started riding again, and from when I started riding again to like kind of training again properly was like another 3 months. So you'd almost say just that foot injury was like 8 months of not riding. And then it was like by the time I started riding again, Mansfield was coming around again. And like I was probably the fittest I'd ever been. Like I'd just been working on my body heaps, like being in the gym a lot, like just getting healthy with life, because I started like just having a lot of health issues in general because of the injuries I'd had.
It's so easy to slip into just lazy habits.
Mate, I would love to be like, I want to get into being a mental health advocate because of what I've been through mentally from being stuck inside a house for like extensive periods of time and just like what that can do to people. Like, because I think,
and especially a dude like yourself, who we were talking earlier, maybe some traits of ADHD, maybe.
Yeah, like just, and I think athletes get overlooked. Well, I don't want to, like, athletes may get overlooked. To a sense of like,
because everyone just puts it on you that that's your lifestyle. You always go.
You know, you must be like, you know, you'll be back at it soon. Don't worry about it. It's like, but fuck, I'm gonna get through another 2 months of this shit. And I think that gets overlooked a little bit, but by the time I was riding properly again, it was like almost coming around to 12 months and Mansfield was on again. So that's when it was like kind of just once again training without training. Like, we were having fun, but we were like we were learning shit every session, and it was me, Benny, Galen, Matt, and even Dave were like, you know, we were all filming each other, just having these 6 sessions of this private little group, and they were like still some of the like most fun I'd had on a mountain bike in such a short time. And then it came around to getting pretty close to Mansfield for the second year, and all of a sudden, just like, I don't know how it started, but this fucking hype between me and Mike Ross started, like, out of nowhere. Just like, oh, these two are going to compete against each other. And we, like, knew of each other from BMX days, but we'd, like, never really had anything to do with each other. And it was just like...
What the fuck?
Yeah. I think it's because we both rode for Fox, maybe. It was like, just became this competition. And like me and Mike are like good as friends now. Like, but at the time it was so funny.
You were meant to hate each other almost.
Well, it's like when you...
For the script.
Well, it's like, it felt like when we got to the competition that me and him were just competing for first and second. And it's like, to me, Ben Phillips was the best rider there. Like, he could fucking blow us out of the water if he landed his run. Which I think Ben ended up getting hurt in practice, I think. So I don't even know if he did his run. I think Matt broke his shoulder in the first run, maybe. Lenny crashed either in practice or his first run. So it came down to me and Mike, and it was like... It was so
playing out how people wanted it to be.
It was so funny, but it was like, and we weren't talking at the event. Like, we were like civil, but it's not like we were like gonna become friends sort of thing. It was just like, what the fuck's going on? Anyway, I just been working on, like, wanted to just front flip that bone log again, to double flip the next jump. That's all that was in my mind. And then ended up doing, like, at the time was a good run for the event, and I did that. But
it's a pretty cool video too. If
it was like,
wants to go have a look at that.
For that, like, that crowd at that event for its second year being up there was fucking so good. There's a video of me dad when I land the double whip on the last jump. He was blind, like fucking hammered, just trying to walk down the hill with his arms in the air cheering, and you can see him just stumbling and shit. Like, it was fucking... Me best mate threw a chair, like, so high in the air. Like, you can just see a chair flying through the air in the pit area, like, down the bottom.
Yes. I have to put that up.
But that was... that was unreal, that event. And just, like, to me, like, I went before Mike. Like, Mike still had to go, but I landed... To me, I just want to land the front flip and the double flip. And I did that, and everyone went nuts at the end, which I was like, I didn't care about. I didn't look at the score. I didn't know. It wasn't until I think Mike crashed in his second run that everyone's like, you won. And I'm like, fuck, like, that's sick. And then we hadn't planned to go on the world tour to do anything with mountain bike riding at all. Like, our lives were just fucking revolved around Highline, like competing in Mansfield. And then it was like, well, that became a silver event. So now you've got this amount of points. And then all of a sudden you start getting invites to these competitions that you haven't even thought about. And it's like, first silver event, second silver event of the year after Mansfield was in Switzerland. And it's like,
what the
fuck do we, like, what do we do here, sort of thing. And that's when, we started. Who did I go with? Yeah, Lenny. Yeah, Lenny went to Switzerland. Yeah, anyway, got these invites, kind of like start trying to work things out to how you're going to get there, how much stuff's going to cost. Are you just going to go do that one event?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, ended up going from winning Mansfield to all of a sudden we're booked to go to Switzerland, and then you get more invites for the other comps in Europe, and before you know it, it's like, all right, if you do good at the next two silver events, you can get invited to the gold events. And then you go like, well, fuck, we're taking this from like just Australian level to then going to compete against gold events athletes, which are Crankworks athletes essentially. And just, once again, that almost happened quicker than the whole BMX thing at the start.
Shit moves fast.
Yeah.
So, fuck, I could go on for hours.
Same.
It's it's ridiculous. I do think we actually will have to get out of here at some point. But to wrap things up, which I don't want to do at all, it's fucked actually. There's still so many questions I want to know about.
Oh, we can do a part two.
Yeah, I think we have to. If you're okay with that,
yeah.
I still want to talk about so many things: personal life, work, careers, all that shit. For now, unfortunately, we will have to get out of here. But these guys probably want to go home. Being in both mountain bikes, BMX, so many different goods and bads in both. If you could pick a positive from each BMX and mountain bikes and put it into the other that maybe they don't have, maybe the vibes and friendships are better in BMX, and you find maybe the culture's not so good in mountain bikes, maybe it's a bit too much competitive behind your back, a bit toxic, maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah.
What's something that you would take from each of those and put it in the other?
I'd say what you said about the culture of mountain bike riding is like, I can't express how nice, like, I can't think of one dude from a silver event up to a Crankworks event, like dudes that don't need to be humble about shit, like Monster Energy, Red Bull athletes that on the mountain bike scene, they are the nicest people ever. Like, I'd say now, like, that some of those guys are like some of my best mates, and
sick.
They are so humble, so supportive. Like, I'd been at skate parks where kids just want to like ask them questions, and they'll sit there and like just don't have a care in the world about anything. They're just like such great people. Like, for BMX, I think like obviously like so many amazing people in BMX.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, but like, just I guess there's less like subcategories in mountain biking, I think. So there's therefore a lot more support. Whereas like, you have people separating so much of BMX now to like, you're either a street rider or a park rider or...
And if you're not on my one, then I don't really want to know you.
Yeah, and it's just like, you don't... There is that in mountain biking a little bit, but not to a crippling point that it kind of is in BMX now.
Yeah.
But like, also BMX, I think BMX, the way they're still filming like team videos, like just team culture in BMX,
it's unmatched,
is so unreal. Like, whereas mountain biking doesn't have that. If you've got a teammate in mountain biking, you're competing against them. Like,
if you've got that aspect in mountain bikes, it's usually a bit of a crew. Yeah, and there's no money in it. Maybe a few individual guys in that crew might race and whatnot, but there's no real like filming in a group getting done.
Yeah, which I think like that's such an important part
Yeah.
of BMX and
Some of the best times you'll ever have.
yeah,
Going
and
on trips and making video parts.
yeah, like I watched like road fulls growing up like religiously, like, and now to still have like, you know, Colony just released a full length DVD, Fiend just released like
Yep.
quite a lengthy video, and that's like teammates being there for each other. Whereas mountain biking, it's like you're trying to beat your teammate, and that's where yeah, that's probably the two things I'd take out of
100% agree
each
with
of them.
I'd like to see, like personally, I love jams.
Yeah,
Jams are just fucking best.
Yeah.
Like ACT jam. What the hell?
yeah,
Like we need something like that.
yeah.
our
That
lives.
that for mountain biking would be
Oh. So what? Just wrap it up. Where are you at now? Is Luke, 30-year-old Luke now?
yeah, I guess like yeah. As I was mentioning to you earlier, it's like it's a tricky situation now just because, you know, a couple years of traveling is very expensive and it does like cripple your life financially, which I think like, you know, you don't really look into too much. It's just, as I said, I wouldn't change it for anything, but the hard fact is that now I'm working to pay for those world tours that I did a couple years ago, and still ride a lot. Like every weekend, if not every second weekend, I'm still riding, still learning new tricks, still trying to film when I can, and yeah, that's about it really. Like I'm trying to progress my work career to a point where, you know, I'm not on the tools as much to then still have a lot of time for riding and see what I can do. Like there's like my age says I'm 30, but I'm like, for the injuries I've had, I feel
Fuck me, dude.
like I feel very good for.
I reckon I look more weathered than you. Like, you know, my spleen's never been fucked up or anything. My kidneys are pretty good.
No, I think like
you're doing very, very well.
all in all for what the body's been through, like I do feel very good, and the main issue I've got at the moment is that I broke me back a couple of years ago. That's that's kind of the one that causes the most issues, but still with you know, with riding, I don't think I'm ever aiming to go and compete again, but like I almost want to be financially at a point where I can like organise jams and fund jams, and
sick.
I think that's kind of the direction I want to take my riding career now.
Yeah.
I still want to film some cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's still some stuff that like I want done on a dirt jumper at a skate park that I think shouldn't be like. I think would be pretty mental. So
I think as well, this is my opinion, a rider like you, you've also earned the right to be able to not have to do much to make shit look cool. So, for example, you did that video with BikeBot, the raw.
Oh, the
raw
Enduro
reels
one? Was it the Enduro?
Yeah, on your Canyon.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking off its head. Watching, like, I know how you ride. You're a background skate park guy.
Yeah.
So that's why, to me, it looks really good. It's like watching, seen Dovey
Yeah.
on a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, mind-blowing.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
And that to me is because you've come from a BMX.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to go out and
that's
kill,
what he's
kill yourself.
Once every 3 months, he's going to send like
a
sick 3 over a massive jump
and
on
it's
an
fucked
enduro
up.
bike.
Yeah. I put you in that same category. So you don't actually have to go out and do too much to make something happen. And you've well and truly deserved that right.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's like, it's nice to kind of feel content with just being able to like go ride for fun now, because I think it's only been probably the last year or so that I've really felt for the first time ever that I'm just going to ride and enjoy myself, and it doesn't matter if like tonight riding was more just to ride with my nephew. That had nothing to do with
it must
me
feel
riding.
pretty bloody special.
Yeah, like unreal to see like a 10-year-old kid, kind of, I'd say, at a similar pace to what I was, which, like, not to
scary.
Yeah, like not to set to set anything out in stone for him, but just to be able to see that and kind of watch it and go, fuck, like, you know, it is cool to see and to be able to just enjoy. Like, I had so much fun at the skate park earlier. I just barely touched my bike. I was filming him trying to learn tail taps, and I'm like, this is the funnest shit ever. Like, I love that so much.
Dude, I really, really can relate to that. I got a daughter. I got a 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So something like that. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's fucking special. Really, really cool. And it's awesome that you've found that as well. A lot of people might not understand what that feeling is like, but pretty bloody cool. Especially when you're the dude that's probably the reason why he's on a bike in the first place, because of you. Must feel pretty cool.
Yeah, like my sister always sends me videos of them watching my videos, which is like, like I'm never gonna take that for granted. Like, that's like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have kids, sort of thing. Like, I don't know like what my future holds for me, sort of thing. But to have them kind of following in my footsteps a little bit, like, and to be, I guess, I'd say they're my biggest fans, and they're pretty open about it. Like, they've got like Luke Parker t-shirts that they wear so much. Like, they'd wear them like every week just for no reason, sort of thing. Like, just stuff like that. It's like
special.
That's kind of, that means more to me at the moment than trying to go overseas to compete in something that I don't think that I could win, and I don't really want to anymore. Like, I just I think I'm kind of done. I'm at the point where I'm just having fun with a lot of stuff, and, you know, I said earlier how good Dane Phelps riding. Like, I'm going to put it out there that I'm one of Dane's biggest fans.
Sick.
Just so he knows.
Yeah. Listening.
Yeah. Dane, like Raph Miller, there's so many young guys that I'm massive fans of that I want to see them do good. And, you know, Raph takes the piss calling me dad all the time because I'm just the older dude now.
If you are listening to that, like, don't take that lightly.
No, don't say that about anyone,
But yeah, for you to say that is obviously more than just a good rider. There's a good person.
Yeah.
You see more than just good rider.
Yeah, like,
that's pretty cool to cop that.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for, like, it's weird because I have so much respect for like Dane's parents are amazing people, and Dane's an amazing kid. So it's like that, not that like there's people out there that don't deserve success, but if anyone does, like, Dane deserves everything that's coming towards him, which is like, he is going to be the first Australian rider in Crankworks, and he probably will be the first Australian world champion in slopestyle.
Far out.
Yeah.
Dane, if you don't have goosebumps and fuck it out,
and
you need to go to the doctors.
And like, there's like, I love being at a point with myself personally now where I can be like, I don't care if I don't touch a bike for the rest of my life. If those dudes are kind of having fun, and not saying we set the pathway for them, but like, you know, they've like, I've had conversation with like Dane's dad about like, hey, where should we stay for this event? It's just little things like that it's like we can pass down knowledge, and
100%.
You know, we've been to like when we're staying in like dodgy cabins out the back of fucking Slovakia, like, and you're asking questions about, it's like, you want you want someone that's been there before you.
It's little things like that. And you do remember who told you.
Yeah.
Even
like,
when you're going just interstate, or someone said, go here. Luke said, try this place for dinner.
Yeah.
It's cool to have that person.
Yeah, and it's like, as I said, like, I have massive respect for like parents that can support their kids, like, not financially, like, I don't want to put that on anyone. Like, it's
you need more than just financial.
Yeah, it's more than financial, but the parents that are out there doing, just not pushing their kids like to a crippling point, but the ones that are just out there, like making sure they're having fun, doing the right thing, like raising good, respectful kids.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that, to me, those two names I mentioned between Dane and Raph, like they're like Raph's a smart ass to me, but like they're unreal kids. Like just, and me watching both of them, like Raph might even be overseas at the moment. I think he just goes and hangs out in like Germany and that. But
Sick.
like,
Sick.
to see them doing good is the best thing for me.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Thanks so much for coming on. Like,
oh, thanks for having me.
No, like, and like you said, I could sit here for another like 2 hours. Like, I really, really appreciate you coming on. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are listening and really appreciated BMX chat as well, because it's awesome to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I really, really appreciate it. And anytime you want to come on again, I've got another few hours worth of shit to talk about.
Yeah, we can do.
So,
yeah, I've got time whenever to do part 2. So,
I do. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
I'll just say thanks to everyone in BMX and mountain biking over the time as well that's always been there for me. And thanks to my mum and dad.
Fucking oath.
Yeah. From the start, I think I've expressed to them a few times how grateful I am. But, you know, if you've got young kids and they're doing, you know, sports like this, just try and support them in the right way. And, That
is a special message, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking oath. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Luke Parker.
Awesome. Thank you.